Okay, this is lesson 16. So today we are going to multiply and divide polynomials. So how do I multiply polynomials? I have 2x plus 2 times 3x squared minus 5x plus 2. Here's the trick. You are doing the exact same thing you would do if you were using the distributive property, but you're doing it twice. So you're going to distribute that first number, 2x times 3x squared, 2x times negative 5x, 2x times 2. Then you're going to go back, and you're going to distribute the second number. So that would be 2 times 3x squared, 2 times negative 5x, and 2 times 2. So let's write out those first terms. 2x times 3x squared is, everybody? Success. No, 6x.
6x
Cubed, right? 2 times 3 is 6. X times x squared is x cubed. Next, 2x times negative 5x is?
Negative 10x squared.
2 times negative 5 is negative 10. X times x is x squared. Next one, 2x times 2. 2 times 2 is? 4. That'll be positive. And that's that. Now I'm going to do all the blue ones. So,
Before x yet. Yeah, before x.
good day, sir. Said good day. All right. So, I ignored the 2, and I distributed 2x. Now, I'm going to ignore the 2x. I'm going to distribute 2 to each of these, just like you've done before. So 2 times 3x, you multiply the numbers in front. So 2 times 3 is 6. I have no x there, times x squared is x squared. Now I have 2 times negative 5, which is negative 10. Everybody up here, hi, welcome. The lesson is happening. There's no x, times x is x. 2 times 2 is 4. Now we have to combine like terms. So those are all of the terms that have the same x next to them. So I have x cubed here. Do I have any other x cubes?
No.
No, so I'm going to leave that one. I like to either do different colors underneath each one so I can see which ones go together, or do different symbols. So for x squared, I have negative 10 plus 6. See how I did like a different, I did wavy line for x cubed and I did solid line for x squared. So I know it's going to be an x squared. I have 6 minus 10 is negative 4. Remember, when you subtract with different signs, you take the bigger number minus the smaller number, and then keep the sign of the bigger number. Okay, now I have x's. Okay, 4x minus 10x is minus 6x. Success. Right? 4 minus 10 is the same as 10 minus 4. 6, and you keep the sign of the bigger one. Now, I notice as I'm looking at this, I've covered all of these except this one, plus 4. So that's my answer, okay? You want to make sure that you've covered each and every one of them. Now, here's the general rule. Are you ready? If you're multiplying a term with 2 terms by a term with 3 terms, you should get 6 things out if you've done it correctly. Then you can simplify and you might get less. But you should have 6 terms after you've multiplied it out. So if you're multiplying a thing with 1 term times 3, you would have 3 terms when you're done. So it's just a good way for you to check and make sure you're getting the correct number of terms out. Okay, let's do polynomial division now. This is much more complicated, and it's hard. That's okay. So we're going to do 2 plus 5x minus 2x squared plus 5x cubed divided by negative 4 plus x. The first step is this. You need everything in descending order. Okay? So that means you want highest power to lowest power. So I'm just going to move these around a little bit. So the highest power on the top is x what? Cubed. So I have 5x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x plus 2. The high to the low. Always put them in order. If you're missing some, include them anyways. So let's say I didn't have the x squared here, I would do plus 0x squared. Okay, you have to have every term between the highest power and no power. This is divided by, if I sort these high to low, x minus 4. Now here's how we're going to do our polynomial division. You're going to do your little division sign. The number on top goes inside. That's wrong. So we have 5x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x plus 2. The number on the bottom, or the polynomial on the bottom, goes outside. Now here's what you're asking yourself. Just with normal division, you would say, what is this number divided by that number? Or how many times does x go into 5x cubed? The answer is 5x squared. Why? Because 5x squared times x is 5x cubed. Okay, take a moment, let it sink in. So I wanted to know what 5x cubed divided by x is. That's 5x squared. Now I'm going to multiply those things out. 5x squared times x is 5x cubed. 5x squared times negative 4. We'll multiply the numbers. So negative 4 times 5 is negative 20. X squared times no x is x squared. If you've written these out correctly, all of these will line up. Just like you did in normal division, draw the line across, and then you subtract that number. So what I'm requiring you to do is to get a different color pen and change the sign. So if this was positive, it becomes negative. This was negative, so it becomes positive. 5x cubed minus 5x cubed is 0. If you don't get 0, you did it wrong. Okay? Negative 2x squared plus 20x is, well, 20 minus 2 is 18. Then bring down the next number. This is the same as when you did division before, like long division back in like 3rd grade, right? You multiply, put the number there, subtract, bring down the next number, multiply, bring the number down here, subtract, bring down the next number. It's the same process, except we're doing it with letters now, because this is algebra instead of numbers. So now I want to know, how many times does x go into 18x squared? Or, better question, x times what is 18x squared? Well, I know I need an 18. And what times x is x squared?
X.
Looks like x. Because 18 times 1 is 18, x times x is x squared. Now, I multiply it. I'm going to multiply these out. So I get 18x times x is 18x squared. 18 times 4 is 72x. Next up is subtract in a different color. Why am I making you do it in a different color? Because if you look back and try and check your work and it doesn't work, you can look back and see, oh, I changed the sign, I'm good. Please stop clicking. Thank you. Okay? If you don't do it in a different color, you will have no clue what you did and have to restart the whole problem. So 18x squared minus 18x squared is 0. 5 plus 72 is 77. Bringing down the next term. How many times does x go into 77x? 77 times. 77 times x is 77x. 77 times 4 is? Oh man, you guys are a lot slower on that one. 308 is correct.
308.
So, change the sign with a different color.
But it's negative.
I know, that's why I just changed the sign, a different color. Oh, he got me. So, this should have been negative, and then we changed the sign in a different color to positive. Good job, sir. Good day. Good day, I said. All right, so now we are going to subtract. 77 minus 77? 0. 2 plus 308? 310. So you have a remainder of 310.
That's a lot.
So that is one problem of polynomial division.
That's terrible.
Now, we're not done yet. Because you have to check your work. Yes?
Couldn't the remainder be added on to the 77 because it's both the same value of x?
No. It cannot be. Because technically, This remainder is you adding the, oh, I'm the teacher. You guys have paid for an exclusive ticket to this class. Probably not to hear yourself talk, but to hear me talk. So, be ready. Like, it's when you go to the movies and you're like, oh man, I've got a ticket, I'm ready. And then someone's talking in the background. You're like, bruh, I didn't come here to listen. You know? And you're like, I want to hear Tony Stark. No. I want to hear, he's like a good, like, heartfelt Christian actor.
Are there any?
All right, we'll research that later. Anyways, your remainder is actually a fraction. 310 over x minus 4. Just like your remainders were fractions when you had normal long division, that is actually your remainder. I prefer that you write like r or whatever, but you can write it that way as well. Now, the last step to these problems, and this will probably take most of your time, so if you're like dying on a test, running out of time, I would highly encourage you to completely ignore this part and come back when you have extra time. Okay? Because you'll probably only lose like 1 point for the check, and it's going to take forever. So, how do we check to make sure that this is true? Well, if this is the appropriate answer, then when I multiply it by that, I should get this out. Okay, so we're going to multiply that and see if we get the correct answer out. I hope I did it correct. So we have 5x squared plus 18x plus 77 plus 310 over x minus 4, all times x minus 4. Woo! Are you ready?
Yeah.
So, in the same way, we're going to distribute the x first. So, x times 5x squared is 5x cubed. Back row, I'm not hearing your voices. All right, let's try it again. X times 5x squared is?
5x cubed.
Okay. Almost heard voices that time. X times 18x is 18x squared. X times 77 is?
77x.
Now, we're going to leave that one because I'll talk about it later. Now let's do the negative 4. Negative 4 times 5x squared is?
Negative 20x squared.
Negative 4 times 18. I mean, we already did it here, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere?
Yeah. Negative
72.
Negative 72x.
Negative 4 times 77. We did it somewhere over here. 308.
Negative 3.
And so let's forget about the remainder for now. I'll show you where it comes in later. If this is the correct answer, then when I multiply these out, I should get 5x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x plus 2.
Doesn't it cancel out?
Let's see if we get it. So, 5x cubed, we're set. Let's do our x squareds. I have 18x squared and I have minus 20. What does that equal?
Negative 2x squared.
Negative 2x squared. Is that what I wanted?
Yep.
Okay, we're good so far. Next one, not of colors. 77x minus 72x is
Negative 5x.
plus 5x
Yeah.
minus 308. Ugh. Here's the trick. What did we forget? We forgot the remainder.
Because it cancels
So,
out, like,
well, again, you bought this exclusive ticket to this show to learn from the wise, aged instructor, the old man up here. It's like you don't want to give away the ending of the movie. Even if you watch it 10 times and you know how it ends. Like you want to, like, it's like when you're in church and you're like listening to someone teach the same passage that you've heard a million times. And it's like you can go in and be like, psh, I know this already. Back off, dude. And then like not get anything out of that study. Or you can listen and be like, all right, cool. I'm going to be receptive to the Holy Spirit anyways. I'm just going to see what the Holy Spirit's going to show me today. And who knows? Maybe David and Goliath speaks to you differently that day. Maybe like something that you're going through can be related to that. And you're like, oh man, that's exactly what I needed. But if you go in and you're like, I got it. you might miss out on something special. So, anyways, the last trick with the remainder is this. If you multiply this whole thing times x minus 4, what happens? Your x minus 4's cancel, and you're left with plus 310. Now, if I add 310 minus 308, what do I get?
2.
You get 2. And that's what we started with. So that's your check. Your answer is this thing. That's polynomial division. I'm sorry.